Well, hello. You know, it's springtime, time for spring cleaning, all that kind of good stuff. And as y'all know, I've got bad allergies. Let me adjust this camera a little bit. I have got really bad allergies. So I can't let stuff in my house get real dusty, because if I do, then I'm sneezing, I'm coughing, I'm gagging constantly. So, and I love flowers. I quit putting real flowers in the house because I don't really get enough sunlight in the house to grow plants inside. So I went to artificial flowers like these. But you know, they're a dust catcher. They catch every little bit of dust going and coming in this house, just like that. And I have to keep them clean. I have to keep that dust off of them, or I can't keep them in the house. So I got to thinking, I said, well, maybe it'd be neat to do a video on how I clean my artificial flowers and stuff like that. Also, I think this is the only one left that is flowers around a candle. And that catches dust as well. So I'm going to show you. I'm already sneezing because I picked it up and started moving it. But I'm going to show you during my spring cleaning how I clean my artificial flowers, my candles with the flowers on them, and all this stuff. And I thought you would be interested. So we're going to get started. I'm going to move my flowers over here to the stove because that's the only where I got to put them. I'm going to move my candle over here. And I am going to put a bath towel on my counter to put all this stuff on so it'll dry. That way, you know, I don't have water dripping off my counter. I put just a little bit of mild dishwashing soap in my sink with some warm water. First of all, this is covered in dust, and I know you can't see it, but there is a lot of dust on those roses. More than I want on there. So I'm just going to take this, because it's plastic, it's not going to hurt it, put it right in my sink. I'm just going to swish it around in my sink a little bit. And believe it or not, that gets every bit of that dust off of that whole little arrangement right there. And then I'm just simply going to rinse it. Shake it a tiny bit. Now that is perfectly clean. Every bit of the dust is gone off of that little flower ring. I'm going to turn it upside down so the roses are pointed down. That way the water drips out of the roses. And it's not going to hurt to wash a candle. That's all there is to that one. Got every bit of the dust off of my candle. I'm going to use this sponge to clean this. And it's just a candle holder. But it gets dust around the legs of it. So, there is my candle holder. Just put it there and let it dry. Now my flowers here in my vase. And they all are individual. They come right out, see? And they're all dusty as all get out. I do this at least once or twice a year with my flowers and stuff that I set around because, like I said, you know, I've got a lot of allergies and I can't handle the dust accumulating on things. So rather than to get rid of my plants or my flowers when they get dusty, I just wash them. It's not going to hurt them at all, and look how quick that is. And then I just lay that here to dry. And see, that was actually two that I stuck together. So I just put them there to let them dry. You know, your curtains get dusty. Basically, everything in your house gets dusty. But how simple is that? And then I put them there to dry. And look how fresh they look after they've been washed. And just let them dry. And I got a few straggly leaves, but that's okay. I don't need every single leaf. And this was one great big bunch here. I think I got a smaller bunch stuck down in it. Yeah, there it is. And I got one there. But see, this one is one great big clump that I had put down in there. I think I'm going to straighten it up and make it taller this time when I put it back. Because it really wasn't tall enough before. I had bent it. But see, you can rearrange them when you wash them. And some of the leaves like this that comes off, you can put those back on. But that's how I keep my flowers basically dust free so I can have them in the house. I was going to do this outside, but I said you don't really have to go outside to wash these. You can do them in your kitchen sink. If you don't have the counter space, guess what? You can lay a towel right out on your kitchen table. But I know so many people, when their flowers get dusty, they throw them away. You don't have to throw them away, just wash them. It's so simple. Now, you know what that is? That's a set of car keys. That was from my old Cavalier. And a house key. I couldn't find it anywhere, and somehow it got dropped into my flower pot. Go figure that. I can use the house key, but I'll get rid of the car key because I don't have that car anymore. There was even a little calculator in there, which I know the calculator's not any good anymore. But I need to dump that out because it's got a lot of garbage in it. But I could not imagine where that set of car keys went. But I know now they were hiding in the basket. And see, the bottom of my basket has almost come apart. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a bottom in it. Yeah, and I've got to replace my sink. I've got a stainless steel sink to put in here. I've just never got around to doing it. Plus it costs money. So, I haven't done it yet. Let me see if I can find a piece of cardboard or something to put in the bottom of this. Because it's got a plastic liner in it for the flowers. I just need a piece of cardboard or something. You know what? What is UPS good for? Other than make a bottom to my flower pot. I don't think that's even writing. I had my seeds out this morning and forgot I left them right here. But I had put my marker down in the bag with my flower stakes so I'd have something to write on them. So let me see if I can use that. This is going to be on the bottom, so it's not going to be seen. If you had a piece of round, thin wood, or any kind of brown cardboard, it would work just as well. Because there's no water ever going in this basket. Even though it was designed for a flower pot to sit in, because it does have a plastic liner in it, I've just always used it to put flowers, artificial flowers in. I do all kinds of things with cardboard. It's not only good in the compost, but it's good for other, uses as well. Let's see if that's gonna work. That's a little bit too big. So I'll trim it down some more. Because I want it to just fit in the bottom. I know where I started. Still a little bit big. Just a hair. Just by the hair of my chitty chin chin. There, see, it fits right down in there. And it would look better if it was just a solid piece of cardboard, but guess what? We can turn it that way. It'll look pretty good even though it's got priority mail on it. You can see there was glue in here already. Looks like hot glue. I don't know what happened to the bottom that was there. But I've got some Elmer's glue. Just plain old Elmer's glue is fine. That should be good. I'm just going to put that right there on it. Let it glue down and let that glue dry. Put that on it to weight it a little bit. So it'll hold it down. And see, I'm going to let these dry. But look, that looks like they're brand new. That looks just as good and fresh and new as one that you go to the store and buy today. And this has been in this pot for several years, and I've washed them repeatedly. The same with this hydrangea. I think I've lost one of the flowers off of it, but hey, no one knows that. See right there? One of the flowers came off. But guess what? I don't care. Nobody's going to know it but me. I got some extra leaves I can put on here that fell off from somewhere. But every little stem doesn't have to have a flower. And see, if I wanted to, I could just put just the hydrangeas back in there. I don't need to put everything in there. I think I stuck these because I had them left over from another flower arrangement that I had. So the flowers go, the leaves go up to the top like that. Somehow they get pushed down, but they go up to the flowers like that. And some of them might be weighted because they're wet, but they'll flatten out and be just like they were before as soon as they dry. And it doesn't take them long to dry. See, they look like they're brand new. So please, if you have flower arrangements in your house, don't discard them because they get a little dusty. Your candles, either one. See, I never burn this because it is a scented candle. And I am a little bit allergic to that stuff when it's burning. It'll give me a headache. But there you go. That looks brand new. All nice and clean. It's not completely dry, but it's all nice and clean. So when I start doing the rest of the stuff, I got to take my curtains down and wash them, get the dust off, clean all behind my TV and behind the couch, take those curtains down and wash them. Get my house basically dust free. Because if I don't, I can't breathe in here. So you know, a person usually that has allergies has a clean house, or as clean as they can get it. Because the cleaner your house, the less you're going to sneeze and cough and carry on. I think that's a little bit heavier than the glue. I wish that was dry already so I could put my flowers in. I don't know of anything I could put it on. But I'm still not getting over this key. That's the key to my front door, y'all, because I got F on it. I took fingernail polish and put F on it, so I'd know that was my front door, because I've got keys to all my doors. But yeah, that is the key to my old Cavalier. Couldn't find the key, and I had more keys made. And it had dropped in the flower pot. How funny is that? How funny is that? Now this is quick drying glue, so I don't know. Don't know how long it'll take to dry it. Wonder if this would work. I bet that will work. I can turn it upside down, put it on that frisbee, and it'll hold the pressure to the bottom so I can put my flowers back in. See, for the height of these. See, that's just about the right height right there for those. But I gotta fix them so they don't fall over. I try to make the arrangement just a little bit different each time. I think maybe I'm trying to rush things here. I need one of those styrofoam. You know what? I've got a styrofoam. Let me go get one. this might work. It's not quite as big around as I want it, but it might work to center them. A little bit. I don't really know if it's helped or not. But I want some of these flowers up taller than what they were. I hate to spend money on stuff like this, so I try to make do with what I got. Pull this one from the back. No, it may look better from this way. Pull these up to the top. I want them to be higher. I think that looks pretty good. Take this towel away. How do y'all think that looks? But I think that looks pretty good. Because it was squinched down too much for the big pot. But I think I like it this way. That looks good. Now I'm going to leave it sitting on that Frisbee. That'll keep the cardboard pushed up to the bottom until the bottom dries where I glued the bottom in. Yeah, I got yellow. I got hydrangeas. I think that looks pretty good. Leave me your reaction to this in my comments. Do you think I did a good, whoops. You think that was a good job or not? Does it look better than it did before? I think it does. I'd like for one of the hydrangeas to be up here. Let's see. Well, it's not really up there, but it's there anyway. Have some more of my stuff coming off, but I don't know where it came off at, so maybe right here. Yeah, most of those little things you can poke right back on. I really need something in it to weight it down. I can go outside and get me a rock or something later, and it'll weight the bottom of it down a little bit so it doesn't tip over so easy. That might have been why I squinched the flowers down so far before, is because it was getting top heavy. But if I put a couple of small rocks down in the bottom, that'll weight it down enough that I think it's not going to tip over. But leave your thought about this in my comments, y'all. What do you think of this? You think it'll do? Hydrangeas and little daisies. I don't remember what, chrysanthemums, I guess, or. But anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of that. It seemed like I got too much yellow going on here, but I don't really know what to do about that. Maybe I can get one of these hydrangeas over to the front a little. Daisies and some more of the vine. And maybe them up there. Well, it's got the yellow down the center, don't it? But it's not quite as like clumped in one spot. I got this little bit of greenery kind of going between it. I think that's pretty for springtime right there. And that was over in my living room. And you know, I do a lot of my other stuff the same way, like the air freshener dolls that I've got up here. They need to be taken down and washed. Like these, I made the little outfits for the dolls to go on top of the air fresheners. I usually take those off and wash them. But I really wanted to show you how I did my flowers, my artificial flowers. So don't think just because your flowers get dirty and dingy looking that you have to trash them. You don't have to get rid of them. Put them in some warm water, wash them a little bit. You don't have to be rough, just kind of dunk them, swish them around a little bit, and they'll come out looking brand new. Just like these did. So there you go. Try it. You might get a kick out of saving your flower arrangements. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.